This is the front differential still installed in the vehicle. Actually, I had the differential out and I've just reinstalled it. So having done this, I can actually give a short description of the procedure to remove this differential. First of all, come back here to where the prop shaft joins the differential. This is the prop shaft that comes from the transfer case. You've got 6 bolts that hold the prop shaft to the flange on the differential. Those 6 bolts need to be removed. And this connection here, this joint will split right over here. This is the flange that that gets bolted onto the differential. That will remain behind, but from this line everything backwards will remain with the propeller shaft. If you haven't done this before, it's not actually very clear as to where to expect it to split, because you've also got a joint over here. But this is just this is just like a dust cover. The actual CV joint is in this steel body over here, and all of this just bolts onto the flange, which in turn bolts onto the pin and shaft of the differential. So once that's removed, before you can actually undo the differential itself, you have to remove the CV drive shafts. So from here, the CV drive shaft on the right hand side extends into the differential all the way to around here, which is where the crown wheel is. And that's quite substantial. That's quite a long portion of that CV drive shaft that has to come out. I'll get to that just a bit later, but for that reason you have to undo the steering knuckle top ball joint, as well as on the right hand side you also have to do the tie rod end ball joint. So coming over to the left hand side, which isn't very visible right now, you have the left hand side CV joint drive shaft, which goes into the differential. This has a much shorter portion of the drive shaft that actually goes into the differential. As you can see, it's this is the inner CV joint on that drive shaft, and it's only from there to about here, about that much of the drive shaft that needs to be pulled out from the differential. This is not a very good shot. Once the two CV drive shafts have been pulled out from the differential can be the three mounting locations. The bolts can be removed. There's one here, and there's this one here, and then this one here. When those bolts have been removed, the differential, you have to wiggle a little, but essentially it just comes down. You just drop it down.